Is this the best rosé in the world for under 20 bucks a bottle? Find out next on Tuesday Night Wines. Well, it's summertime, and summertime is rosé time. But don't be fooled. You can drink rosé all year around and enjoy it just as much. Hi, I'm John Lennart. Welcome to the Honest Pour Tuesday Night Wines. What's a Tuesday night wine? Well, if you haven't seen the show before, a Tuesday night wine is a wine that's under 20 bucks a bottle that brings a lot of value. It's not a wine that's fussy. It's not a wine that you need to age for years or decant. It's a wine that you can open up, have a glass of. If you don't finish it off, you stuff the cork back in the bottle, set it on the counter, have some more the next day. It'll be just fine. But most of all, it's a wine that's delicious and brings a ton of value. Before we get into tonight's show, the channel is up to 250 subscribers, and I'm really blown away by your support. Thank you so much. We're halfway to my goal of 500 subscribers, and what's going to happen at 500 subscribers is some really exciting stuff for the channel that you're going to want to know. So if you haven't subscribed, please click the subscribe button below, and always don't forget to click that like button too. Well, we're getting into summertime, and it's warm out. We love sitting outside, having a nice glass of delicious rosé. They're refreshing, they're delicious. But like I said before, summertime's not the only time. But that's where we're at today. So I wanted to talk about rosé. Now, rosé is made in a couple different ways. First, from maceration. What maceration is that the grapes come in from the field, and the skins of the red grapes are just left in contact for just a little bit, from anywhere from 2 hours up to maybe even a couple of days, depending on how much flavor and color the winemaker wants to extract. So the skins macerate in the juice and draw out that color. The next method of making rosé is through the saignée method. Saignée in French means bleeding. And what the winemaker will do using the saignée method is, just like the maceration process, bring the red grapes into the winery, begin to crush them, and then as the red wine starts to take on the color of the rosé, the winemaker will then draw off some of that wine or bleed out from the tank and save that to make rosé, while the rest of the juice macerates with the skins to make a red wine. The next method is called direct press. In this instance, the red grapes are brought into the winery and pressed. Some of the pigment in the skin is then transferred from the skin to the juice, but it produces a very, very light colored rosé. It's almost the color of a white wine. And finally, the last method is a blending method. It's simply adding red wine to white wine to get the desired color. This method isn't allowed in all regions, so you probably won't find it in certain areas of France. Tonight's wine comes from Provence in the south of France. It's the classic rosé growing region. Provence, it's sunny, it's beautiful, it's along the Mediterranean Sea, and it's that place where rosé is just perfect. Warm days and cool nights, perfect temperatures, perfect at a picnic. Rosé wines are just wonderful from the south of France, and especially in Provence. This wine particularly comes from an area of Provence called Coteau in Provence. And these grapes are grown pretty high in the region, very warm days and cool nights. That diurnal shift is what it's called. And the nights are cooled by the Mistral winds. So you have hot days, cool nights, makes for really great wine grapes. This wine is a blend of 3 grape varieties: Syrah, Cinsault, and Grenache. Classic grapes from the Rhone region, grown further south, closer to the Mediterranean coast. As you can see, the color of this wine is a very pale pink. It is direct press, but then some maceration happens afterwards as well. So we're going to get a very pretty light pink color. Well, let's give it a taste. First of all, again, that very, very pretty light pink color. On the nose, I get strawberry, a little bit of raspberry, some melon. It's watermelon. Some watermelon. Very pretty. And then a notes of minerality. And when I say minerality, what I mean is, you know that smell that you get outside on a hot summer day when it rains, that kind of smell that comes off the sidewalk? That's what I mean. It's almost a dusty kind of smell. Very pretty. Well, let's give it a taste. Again, I get strawberry. That watermelon really comes through now. There's a more of a citrus that didn't come in on the nose, but definitely is there in the palate. It's kind of grapefruit lemon, kind of like. And also there's a bit of spiciness on the finish. Ginger, lemongrass, really nice finish. The finish isn't very long. It's got a great mouthfeel. There's terrific balance in this wine. Definitely a porch wine on a summer day. What is the wine? It is X Rosé 2021. Now, for rosé wines, this wine isn't cheap, but it still meets our under 20 bucks a bottle. I got this at Binny's at 20 bucks a bottle. You could probably find it for less. You probably find it as low as 15 bucks a bottle. It's a pretty big brand, so it's widely available. Because it is a big brand, some of the wine snobs kind of turn their nose up on it.
Oh, wee, wee, wee.
But don't listen to those guys. Guys like Marvin don't always know what they're talking about. I think this wine's delicious. I think it's perfect for a great summer evening or afternoon on the patio. I think it's terrific. It'll go terrifically with food because there's such bright acidity. I think grilled shrimp, grilled fish, grilled vegetables will go beautifully with this wine. As you can see, this bottle's only about half full. I might have had a glass prior to the show here. The other really cool thing about X is they make a lot of this wine in big bottles, like magnums, double magnums, all the way up to a 15-liter bottle. Great for parties. So if you're off to a summer party and you want to impress, get like a 3-liter bottle of this and people will turn their head when you walk into the party. And it's a delicious wine to share. Well, thanks for joining me, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Remember, some really exciting stuff is coming your way when I hit 500 subscribers. Thanks again, and cheers!